Hey, what's going on, everybody? Pete with Auto Repair Tips. Well, you can tell Christmas is coming. About this time every year, I get flooded with people on Amazon wanting me to do tool reviews. And I always tell them, don't send me a tool if it's not a good quality tool, because I'm gonna make a video about it and you might not like what I have to say. So make sure what you send me is what you say it is. And this lady at AutoFix says that her tool is top notch. They've taken a battery tester and an OBD2 connector and put it in one tool. Well, you know me, I'm gonna put it to the test. If it's a piece of crap, I'm gonna let you know about it. If it's a good tool, I'm gonna let you know about it. You're definitely gonna hear some pros and cons. All right, let's get into the video. Feels like it's made in China. Yep, I was right, made in China. All right, let's start with the cord. It's too short. I'll already tell you that right now. It needs to be about 2 feet longer. You just want to have plenty of room where you could move around in the car without worrying about it pop out of the OBD2. Looks like to test the battery, this just plugs in the end, and now you have your battery tester. Comes with a cord to, I guess you have to update the program every once in a while. I don't know what kind of warranties on this tool. That's something you're gonna have to check out yourself and find out. All right, let's see how well this thing works on a car. It may look nice, but if it don't work worth a shit, it ain't worth having. Let's go check it out. So we had this 2019 F350 come in, and I know it has some codes on it because the O2 sensors were messed up. And I'm more curious on how the scanner works rather than the battery tester, because really listen to that. So let's get this thing plugged in. If you look right here, the connector is located just to the right of the emergency brake release. After I plugged the scanner in, it lit up immediately, and that's a good sign. That means you got 12 volts coming from the port to the scanner, and that's how the scanner is activated. So let's start with the OBD2. Let's hit enter. It's telling me that there's 4 diagnostic trouble codes in it. Hit exit, brings you back to the next screen. We can read the codes. Let's read the codes, hit enter. So the code's a PO155. That's an O2 sensor. It's the heated circuit. That's bank 2 sensor 1. The next one is a PO161. That's bank 2 sensor 2. Then you have a cold start idle performance problem, a cold start ignition timing. So let's do something real quick. Let's exit out of this. So let's go into diagnostic trouble code lookup. You hit enter, you enter your code. We have a P, you arrow over to the right 1. We have a 0, arrow again. We have a 1, arrow next one, 55. Hit enter. So there's really no other information in that other than what it already told us when we were over here. I mean, it's the exact same information. So really, that's a useless function. Let's erase the codes. Yes. Key off, engine on. Hit enter. Emissions related diagnostic has cleared. Let's start it up. And there is no more check engine light. So after I erase the codes, let's see if anything comes back. Enter. All right, the only code that came back is a P050 alpha. Let's try something else. Let's exit this out. I saw it down here. We can do an O2 test. Let's see what that does. Enter. Bank 1, sensor 1, number 87. Let's hit enter on that. So its test ID is 87, and what it's saying is it's basically reading the ohms. Everything is zeros. It says it passed. Let's see what 88 does. Well, it looks like the same test to me. Let's go down to bank 1, sensor 2 now. Test 85. This one's reading the ohms. It says it passed. So far the scanner's doing pretty good, but looking at the screen, that's a decent button. That's a BS button. I think they stuck that button there to give you 6 things across to make it look uniform, because you get that information up here. What is review? What is that? Let's review something. Hit enter. Review the diagnostic trouble codes. Gives you the VIN number of the truck. Tells you. So that's what was there, and it tells you which ones are current. That's kind of cool. Let's exit that out. Exit. Let's go up to IM. So these are your emission readings. It looks like it's ignition, the milliseconds, the fuel. It's a little confusing because if you're looking at it, I guess you would have the indication of the X being something wrong, but I don't believe that to be so in this case, because if I had fuel issues, you would have a code of some sort. If I had evap issues, you'd have a code, and we're not getting those codes, so that's a little bit misreading. So let's go back over here to the OBD2, hit enter, exit. Exit brings you to that next screen, which is kind of a weird way to get there, but I guess it works for them. Let's look at data stream, see what kind of data we can pull. View all items. Of course, I want to view everything. So go down the system, we have fuel system, calculated load value is 20.4. And you can look and see the O2's working here. Go down one more, the fuel trim is a 12.5. Fuel trim is a 7.8. The intake pressure is a 9.6. Gives you the speed while you're driving it, gives you the timing while you're doing the number one cylinder. So it does give you the option to look at different functions. So we saw what this thing can do as a scanner. Now let's check it out as a battery tester. The first thing you do, this is the OBD2 connector that would plug into your port. They send you cables like this. You plug the two together. Red on positive, black on negative, and it automatically lights up. We need to go to the battery side, so you're going to arrow over to battery, hit enter. The battery has 12.36 volts. Hit enter to continue. Press enter to continue. You can do a battery test, a cranking test, a charging test, and review your data. Let's do the battery test. See what that does. It's on a car. It's just a regular battery called cranking amps, 885. Hit enter. It's testing the battery. Says it's good, just needs to be recharged. Hit exit. Let's go to cranking test. Hit enter. Current volts. Please turn the key off. It is off. Hit enter and then start detection. So we hit enter and I'll start cranking. So it shows when the key was off. Then when I started cranking, it went minimum 8.12 volts to maximum 13.39. So let's hit enter. It says cranking is low. So let's do a charging test. This is what I'm talking about. This cord is too damn small. If I'm doing the cranking test and a charging test, I want to be sitting in the driver's seat, not running back and forth. You want to be able to do these tests by yourself. So let's do the charging test. Enter. Turn off headlights and air conditioning for 10 seconds. Press enter to continue. So let me hit enter. I guess let me, oh, see the car ain't even started. So hold on a second. See, it didn't say start car. Let's let it go through its test. Let's exit that. Let's do the charging test one more time. I'm gonna go start the car and I'll make sure the headlights and the air conditioner are off. Now that the engine's running, I'm gonna hit enter, turn off all devices, increase the RPM to 2500 and keep it there for 10 seconds. Let me walk back inside the car. Turn on the headlights and air conditioning and keep the RPMs at idle. Unloaded 14.04, loaded 13.83, and the ripple is 8 millivolts. It says charging is normal, so you know it passed. I guess you can review your data, hit enter. The battery test report says the health is a 683 cranking amps, it should be 885. Just need to recharge it, hit exit on that. Go down to the cranking test report so you can look at everything that you just did. All right, I think I've seen all I need to see. There was only a few major downfalls to the tool. One was the cord, and the other one was the generic look when you were going through the features. But other than that, it's a decent little tool. Would I use it here in my shop? No, because it's just not up to that quality that I need here in my shop. But for home use, you'd be just fine. The only thing I don't know about is the warranty. You're gonna need to check it out. If you're interested in a tool like this, I'll put a link in the description below. If you do buy it through that link, I do make a small commission on it. It does help the channel out and I appreciate it. So that's it for this tool review. I appreciate you watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and leave a comment. Catch you later.